Hi, welcome back to biddingforautos.com, your go-to place for insider tips, car buying strategies, and everything the dealerships don't want you to know. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest car buying myths, that paying cash at a dealership is the smartest move you can make. On the surface, it feels right. No loans, no interest, no monthly payments, just simple ownership. But what if I told you that this smart move could actually cost you thousands of dollars and destroy your chances of negotiating the best deal? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why dealers hate cash buyers, how they adjust their tactics when you walk in with cash, and what you should do instead to beat them at their own game. Section 1. Why paying cash sounds smart, but isn't. Let's start with the obvious. Paying cash feels empowering. Imagine walking into a dealership, test driving the car you want, and saying, "I'll pay right now. No financing, no credit check, just give me the keys." It feels bold. It feels decisive. It feels like you're holding all the power. And in everyday life, when you buy something in cash, that's usually how it works. You're in control. And sometimes you even get a discount. But car dealerships, they play by completely different rules. To them, a cash buyer isn't someone to reward. It's someone to avoid giving discounts to. Why? Because dealerships don't just make money when you buy the car. In fact, in many cases, they make more money after the sale than during it. The sale price is just one part of the puzzle. The real profit comes from financing, add-ons, warranties, and back-end deals with lenders. So when you say you're paying cash, the dealership already knows they're losing out on one of their biggest profit streams. That's why the cash advantage doesn't really exist in the dealership world. Here's the kicker. When you say you're a cash buyer, sales managers immediately see you as less valuable than someone financing. That means they're less motivated to give you a lower price, throw in bonuses, or fight for your business. They don't see you as a long-term profit. They see you as a quick transaction they can't maximize. And because of that, the negotiation tables suddenly tilt in their favor, even though you thought you were the one holding the cards. Think of it like this. Imagine you own a restaurant and you have two customers. One comes in, orders a sandwich, pays cash, and leaves. The other comes in, orders a sandwich, but also buys drinks, desserts, and a gift card for later. Which customer would you treat better? Which one would you give special deals to, if they asked? Obviously, the one who spends more and opens up multiple streams of profit. That's exactly how dealerships view financing buyers compared to cash buyers. So while it feels like you're saving money and protecting yourself by avoiding financing, the truth is that you're closing the door to opportunities for deeper discounts, better negotiation leverage, and more overall value. Paying cash might give you peace of mind, but in the eyes of the dealership, it strips away the incentive for them to fight for you as a customer. Section 2. How dealerships really make money. To really understand why cash doesn't help you, you need to know how dealerships make money. Most people think the profit comes only from the sticker price on the car. But the truth is more complicated and more important. First, there's the front-end profit. That's the money the dealer makes directly from selling you the car. Depending on the vehicle, this might only be a few $100s to a couple of thousand. Cars are competitive, and dealerships often cut into this profit to get you in the door. So believe it or not, the dealership may not actually care that much about making a big profit up front. Where they really cash in is on the back end: financing, warranties, service plans, insurance products, and dealer add-ons. When you finance through the dealership, they get a commission or reserve from the bank or lender. They might offer you a 7% rate when the bank actually approved you for 5%, and they pocket the difference. Multiply that by thousands of customers, and you can see why financing is so critical to their business. On top of that, dealerships push extended warranties, GAP insurance, wheel and tire protection, paint sealants, and countless other extras. Most of these products are marked up heavily, sometimes by 200% or more. And who is more likely to be open to these extras? Financing buyers, because the dealer can just roll those costs into the monthly payment. So here's the truth. When you walk in as a cash buyer, the dealership instantly knows you're not going to generate financing profit. They know you're unlikely to buy overpriced extras because you're already in the mindset of minimizing cost. In short, you've just cut off their most lucrative income streams, and that's why, when it comes time to negotiate the car price itself, they're less inclined to cut you a deal. Section 3, Dealer Psychology, How They See Cash Buyers. Now, let's go deeper into the psychology of the dealership. Sales managers and finance officers are trained to categorize customers. At the moment you say, I'm paying cash, you've placed yourself in the least profitable category they have. That changes how they treat you from that point forward. Dealers thrive on control. They want to control the pace of the deal, the flow of information, and ultimately, your emotions. Financing gives them more time to build rapport and upsell. It gives them more ways to justify higher costs. But a cash deal, that's fast, it's clean, and it robs them of the control they want to maintain. That frustrates them. And when dealers are frustrated, they don't give away discounts easily. Many dealerships even train their salespeople to avoid investing too much time in cash buyers. They know the profit is limited, so they'd rather focus on customers who will make them more money. That means, ironically, that by revealing you're a cash buyer too soon, you might actually reduce the quality of service you get and the attention paid to your deal. Section 4, Real Scenarios, Cash Buyer versus Financing Buyer. Let's walk through a real-life example to see exactly how this plays out. Imagine two buyers walk into the same dealership on the same day, looking at the same $30,000 SUV. The first buyer says right away, I'm paying cash. I just want the best deal you can give me. The sales manager nods, smiles, and tells them, sure, let me check with my manager. Behind the scenes, the manager already knows that this buyer is worth less to the dealership. There's no finance profit, no loan commission, no add-ons likely. So they decide, why discount this car heavily? Let's hold firm. They might knock off $500 just to make the buyer feel like they won. But in truth, the dealership barely compromised. Now, the second buyer comes in. When asked if they're paying cash or financing, they say, I'm open to different options. Let's just talk about the out-the-door price first. This answer signals flexibility and the dealership perks up. They're thinking, great, this person might finance with us, which means we could make money on the back end. Suddenly, they're more willing to discount the car up front. Maybe instead of $500, they're willing to cut $2,000 or even $3,000 off the price because they expect to make it up later through financing or add-ons. Here's the twist. That second buyer can still pay cash if they want. They can secure financing through their own credit union or pay off the dealer loan early. But by not revealing their cards too soon, they kept the dealer motivated to give them the better deal. The takeaway? Cash itself isn't the problem. It's when and how you reveal it. Walking in with a cash is king mindset and announcing it up front can backfire. But playing your cards strategically gives you the leverage without losing the dealership's interest. Section 5. Negotiation strategies that work. So, if paying cash doesn't automatically give you leverage, what does? It comes down to controlling the conversation and focusing on the right numbers. The first rule is this: always negotiate based on the out-the-door price. Dealers love to distract you with monthly payments. They'll ask, what monthly budget are you comfortable with? But this is a trap. If you say $500, they can adjust the loan length, interest rate, or add fees and still hit $500. Meanwhile, you've overpaid thousands. Instead, respond with this line: I only want to talk about the out-the-door price. That's the total, including taxes and fees. Repeat it if you need to. That's the number that matters, whether you're paying cash or financing. The second rule: separate each part of the deal. Don't talk trade-ins, financing, or down payments until you've locked in the car's purchase price. Dealers love to blur the numbers together, making you feel like you're getting a deal when really they've just shifted numbers around. Keep it clean. Price first, then trade-in, then financing. The third rule: never reveal you're a cash buyer until the very end. If you want to pay cash, great. But let them think you're open to financing until after you've agreed on the out-the-door price. That way, you've already gotten the discount they were motivated to give. At that point, you can say, actually, I'll just be paying in cash today. By then, it's too late for them to backpedal on the deal. These 3 rules: focus on the out-the-door price, separate the deal pieces, and save the cash reveal for last, are the foundation of smart car buying. Section 6. Common dealer tactics to watch for. Now, let's get into the tricks dealers use specifically against cash buyers. Trick number 1. the no difference pitch. Dealers will sometimes say, paying cash or financing doesn't matter, it's the same price. That's not true. If financing buyers open the door for more profit, the dealer is more motivated to discount the car. If they're telling you otherwise, they're trying to box you in. Trick number 2, the add-on bundle. Even if you're paying cash, dealers will still try to upsell you on extended warranties or protection packages. They know you can't roll it into monthly payments, so they might push the emotional angle. Don't you want peace of mind? You're investing so much already. The key is to ask for the itemized cost of every add-on, then decline politely. Trick number 3, the fake urgency. Play cash buyers are often told, this deal is only available if you sign today. It's pressure designed to stop you from shopping around. Remember, cars are commodities. Unless it's a rare model, there will always be another deal. Walking away is your most powerful move. Section 7, insider tips to get the best price. Now let me give you some insider strategies that combine the best of both worlds, keeping your cash advantage while still getting the discounts dealerships reserve for financing buyers. Tip number 1, get pre-approved financing first before you ever step foot in the dealership. Get a pre-approval from your bank or credit union. This way, you already know your interest rate and terms. You can use this as a shield in negotiations. If the dealership offers a worse rate, you stick with your pre-approval. If they beat it, you win. Tip number 2, negotiate like a financing buyer. Let the dealership think you're open to financing during negotiations. This keeps them motivated to give you a better upfront discount. Once you've locked in the price, you can decide whether to use their financing or not. Tip number 3, use cash strategically. If you're paying cash, don't reveal it until the end. But here's a twist. Sometimes you can actually get the best of both worlds by financing initially, then paying off the loan after a few months. Many loans have no prepayment penalties. This way, the dealer thinks they won on the back end, but you cut the loan short and avoid years of interest. Tip number 4, shop multiple dealers. One of the most underrated tactics is simply getting multiple out-the-door quotes in writing. When one dealer sees you've got a better deal elsewhere, they're more likely to move. And when you're armed with real numbers, you have the confidence to push back. Section 8, smart financing versus paying cash later. Let's break down why financing smartly can sometimes beat paying cash outright. If you pay cash today, you've tied up $30,000 of your money in a depreciating asset. That money is gone. But if you finance smartly, say at a 4% interest rate, you might only pay a few thousand in interest over the loan's life. Meanwhile, you keep your cash liquid, which you could use for emergencies, investments, or opportunities that generate more than 4% return. Even better, if you finance for a short time and then pay off early, you've essentially tricked the dealership. They gave you the financing discount, expecting years of interest profit, but you cut it short and walked away with the lower price plus the benefits of being a cash owner. This strategy isn't about beating the system in a shady way. It's about using the system the way it's set up. Dealers play their game to maximize profit. Smart buyers play the same game to minimize costs. Section 9, wrap up and final thoughts. So, let's bring this home. Paying cash for a car feels smart, but in the dealership world, it's not the weapon you think it is. Dealers don't reward cash buyers because cash cuts off their most profitable revenue streams. Instead, they save their best deals for people they believe will finance. The smartest strategy? Negotiate like a financing buyer, keep the out-the-door price as your anchor, and only reveal your cash payment at the end, or use financing short-term and pay it off early. This way, you maximize your savings and keep the dealership motivated to work for your business. Remember, your goal isn't just to avoid being taken advantage of, it's to flip the script entirely. By understanding how dealers think and using their playbook against them, you walk into the dealership with confidence and walk out with the best deal possible. Thanks for sticking with me through this deep dive. If you found value in this, do me a favor. Hit that like button, share this with a friend who's car shopping, and of course, subscribe to biddingforautos.com so you never miss these insider tips. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever tried buying a car with cash? Did the dealer treat you differently? Or do you prefer financing and playing it smart with pre-approvals? Drop your story in the comments. I'll be reading every single one. Until next time, this is biddingforautos.com, helping you save thousands and stay one step ahead of the dealership game. See you in the next video.